hearing someone say you are enough
Mhm,
when your whole life it's been about something that people said you couldn't,
mhm.
it matters.
Yes. It does matter.
It matters.
Never
And,
stops.
like, do I always get the steps perfectly in class? Absolutely not. Do I always turn the right direction? Absolutely not. But I feel comfortable moving in a way that works for me,
Mhm.
and I feel confident just to be able to express myself rather than someone judging and being like, "Nah, you shouldn't be taking up space because you're not even 5 feet tall."
Right. Oh my gosh. I
Yeah,
can't believe I'm
yeah.
sorry that happened to you.
What's up, guys? We're dreamers, we're moms, and welcome to the Mommy Artist Podcast. Now let's get creatively unhinged. This episode of the Mommy Artist Podcast is brought to you by EK The Boutique. Whether you're heading to an audition, school drop off, a meeting, or just trying to feel a little more like yourself, EK The Boutique is all about helping women feel confident, comfortable, and beautiful in what they wear. Located in Richmond, Texas, and online, EK offers thoughtfully curated fashion and accessories designed to light you up from the inside out. More than a boutique, it's community built on kindness, authenticity, and doing good. Because whether you're walking into a Broadway audition or just conquering your Monday, confidence is always in style. Shop online at www.ektheboutique.com and follow along on Instagram at ektheboutique for new arrivals, styling inspiration, and all the latest from the EK community. Now let's get into the episode. Today's guest knows a thing or two about taking up space, even when the world tells you you're too small. Jodi Glaser-Taub is a singer, actor, writer, educator, self proclaimed creative junkie, fitness enthusiast, hockey mom, and now children's book author. At just 16 years old, she traveled alone to New York City for the first time, a leap that would spark a lifelong belief in stepping beyond what feels comfortable. That same belief now lives inside her debut children's book, Me and Marta and the Magic Shoes, inspired by her own experiences as a little girl who was told she was too small for dance class. Today, Jodi says she may not have been the right size for that dance class, but she was exactly the right size to write this story. Whether she's encouraging kids to embrace books, teaching through the arts, or squeezing in a spin class, Jodi believes confidence is something we build by showing up and trying. Today, we're talking about creativity, courage, motherhood, taking chances, and why things that make us feel different often become our greatest strengths. Let's get into it. Jodi, welcome to the
Thank you so much,
show.
but before we start, I have to tell you the dress is
Oh
fabulous. I
my
love the
gosh,
colors.
thank you. Well, it's actually from like a little boutique in Texas. It's called EK the Boutique, and they do have an online store. So
Awesome.
if you
Yeah,
are
I gotta check it
interested,
out.
yes, check it out. It's just their name, ektheboutique.com. So that's
Beautiful.
where you
All
can
right,
find
there you
it.
go, making a
Yeah.
note.
Yeah. But thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come here
Awesome.
and talk to me.
I'm so excited to be
I'm
here.
so excited too. And I'm so excited we just connected online, and it's just so great that like two creative mothers and women can just kind of like get each other and just kind of be like, I see something here, like this is gonna work,
Yeah, it
right?
felt like we were friends right from the
It
start. The
did.
conversations were so easy and natural.
It did. And I was excited about your interview because I knew your energy was going to be,
I feel
and
the
I can
same
already
way.
tell.
There you go.
It's
All
like you're
right,
like,
let's do
I'm like feeding off
it.
you. I'm like feeding
All
off you.
right.
It's gonna be great. Okay, so let's get into it. Give me just a little quick origin story. Where are you from? How'd you grow up? How was your family? A little bit about that.
Okay, so I'm originally from Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
So definitely not afraid of the snow. I
Ooh,
laugh now when
yes.
they say that we're having a snow day here. I'm like, there's 2 inches on the ground.
Oh, can you imagine in Texas what we
Right, I know. It's like a whole it's the mindset. So grew up in Buffalo, in a very creative family. My
Oh,
mom
nice.
was a teacher. She taught little kids reading and writing. My dad was an interior designer and a mixed media artist.
Cool.
And his mom was a concert pianist. So there
Oh,
was always like a lot of music going on, a lot of
I
theater
love
going
that.
on. And I was taught from a very early age that you appreciate art
Yes.
in all its
I
forms.
love that.
Yeah,
That's
thanks.
lucky to be brought up that
I
way.
feel very lucky to have grown up that way. I
Yes.
didn't understand that there was like a right path, like when you go to college,
Right.
that people study like finance or
Right,
accounting or want to be
business.
lawyers. It was like it was okay to pursue
It's just
a
innately
dream.
you.
Exactly.
I love that. That's so special. So did you start like performing early as a child?
So it's funny, as a real little kid, I was incredibly shy. My
Okay.
parents would introduce me to people and they'd say, "This is Dan Jones." And I'd look there and I wouldn't talk. And my mom would turn to my dad and be like, "She's not speaking." So I think the thing is that when they finally got me involved in theater,
Mhm.
they thought it would be a good thing to get me out of my shell. And I think
Right.
what I really like about theater is that it allows you a chance to kind of hide behind a character. It makes
Absolutely.
it a little easier.
Absolutely.
So for me, theater was a way to kind of feel comfortable in my skin and with
Mhm.
who I was.
Mhm.
And growing up, it really wasn't cool to be involved in theater when
No,
you were
it was
young. It
not.
was not
Still wouldn't
cool.
no, I was not no.
No, like we were the theater nerds in
Theater
high
kids,
school.
yeah, it's like a very
Exactly.
specific like, when you say
Exactly.
that, people are like, "Oh, I know exactly what you mean."
Yeah. I mean, I had a moment about a month and a half ago where I went to go hear Andrea McCardle, the original Annie in
Okay.
Annie
Oh, cool.
at the Beechman Theater. And I was thinking, like, this was my childhood. I blew out that like record, like wore it out, like listening to it.
Yes.
And then when I tried out for Annie and I was cast as an orphan instead of Annie, I like cried like the whole way.
Yes. Oh,
And my parents were
no.
like, it doesn't always work out that you get the part
Exactly.
you want. But you realize at an early age doing theater, like the ability to, like, take rejection.
Yep.
Like, most, 11 and 12-year-olds, they're like, "Everything is great and
Yep.
everything is good," and when you're involved in that, you have to have a thick skin.
Resiliency
Yeah,
is like what
exactly.
I think it teaches so much. I think,
Absolutely.
I myself was a theater kid and also, weird and quirky
Yeah.
and had all those like I don't know, it's just something like I felt like I was more emotional than
Mhm,
more empathetic, more
mhm.
understanding. Like I felt like I was an old soul almost because
Absolutely.
I'm like in in theater like 14 years old and we're doing like The Crucible or like something like
Exactly.
so like Rent is like we're doing Rent at like learning and my friends are like, "What's AIDS?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
believe
we'll
me."
talk about
Yeah, like,
that.
I know everything, and I was
Uh-huh.
just like it exposed me to all these different worlds and all
Yeah.
different types of people and all
Mhm.
different kinds because I come from a place that's kind of like all the same kind of people, and, theater allowed me to it just opened my world to eh, the world. I mean, opened
Yeah.
my head to the world
To
and
new ideas.
yes, new
Yeah.
ideas, different ideas, like,
Mhm.
being different was okay.
Right.
It should be celebrated.
I think so.
So yeah, same.
Yeah.
Love go theater kids.
Yeah. So was the soundtrack of Flashdance, like, playing in your head as a kid as a kid too?
Yeah, yes, it was just like actually Rent. Rent still
Okay,
plays
alright,
in my
Rent.
head.
Okay.
And I tell Hannah she's never seen Rent. I was like, "Oh my go see
You have
Rent."
to go see
It's like
Rent.
the pinnacle of all
Mhm.
New York, I don't know.
Yeah.
Which form of art captured your heart first?
Definitely theater.
Theater.
Definitely theater, and it was a chorus line. Is
Mhm.
the minute I saw a chorus
Ooh,
line, I
that's
was
fun.
like,
Mhm.
that's happening."
Yes. I love watching shows, like, even when I just saw Chess, I it's just, like, something magical, like, happens
Yeah.
inside of me, and it's not, like, just, like, the wanting of being on stage, it's just, like, it almost, like, awakens my emotions
Mhm.
again, and it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is beautiful," like,
Yeah.
live theater is beautiful.
Mhm.
It's
My
like
husband always jokes that when I come home from the theater at night, he's like, "You're just so wired."
it is, it's like, you have to come down
Yeah,
from it because it
exactly.
is so, like,
It's thrilling.
thrilling, energizing,
Yeah.
yes, okay. So theater first, then tell me when did dance enter the picture?
So it's funny, as a kid, I was told I couldn't. I
Okay.
was told I was not enough. I was told I was too small. And it kind of got worse when I went to college. I was in the musical theater program,
Mhm.
and I had a professor that, like, the second day of class looked at me and said, "God forgot to give you legs."
What?
And that really, that sticks. You're like 17, 18 years old. That
Yes.
sticks.
That
So,
is so
so
rude.
dance was really sort of always put on the back burner because
Yes.
I would show up to class and I would look at all of these other musical theater girls that had legs that came, to my shoulders,
Yes.
and they were, doing
Doing the
their
thing.
things all the way up. And it was like, even if I could, I believed that I couldn't
Right.
because I knew that the
Because people
judgment that
told
she
you.
was saying was, "Your legs aren't
What
long
a
enough, you
shame.
are not enough." And I didn't start to really I always loved dance as an art form to go, to
Mhm.
support.
Mhm.
I did dance as part of theater performances just
Right.
because, as a singer, you had to dance, and I always seemed to be
Yeah.
able to pick up the choreo. But actually taking a dance class,
Mhm.
I didn't develop a comfort level until I was an adult. Maybe like 3 to 4 years ago when I started taking a Sunday salsa class in Brooklyn, and when
Awesome.
my teacher there had this whole new philosophy, and,
Mhm.
she'd say, "If you wanna get stressed, stay home and watch the news. We
Mhm.
are here to have fun. We are here to have joy." And she also said to me, "Jodi, you can count. You know music. Count the beats. Use the beats." So suddenly it wasn't about the size of my legs, but
Mhm.
it was also celebrating that everybody moves differently.
Yes.
And that changed the whole paradigm.
Oh my gosh. And it
So,
just
yeah.
but
So I'm
sometimes
very grateful for that.
yes, and it takes a while for the confidence to kick in. Like,
Absolutely.
even this, there's no way I could picture myself doing this in my 20s.
Hearing someone say you are enough
Mhm.
when your whole life it's been about something that people said you couldn't,
Mhm.
it matters.
Yes. It does matter.
It matters.
Never
And,
stops.
like, do I always get the steps perfectly in class? Absolutely not. Do I always turn the right direction? Absolutely not. But I feel comfortable moving in a way that works for me,
Mhm.
and I feel confident just to be able to express myself rather than someone judging and being like, "No, you shouldn't be taking up space because you're not even 5 feet tall."
Right. Oh my gosh. I
Yeah,
can't believe I'm
yeah.
sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
mean, but, like,
It's a good lesson to
yes, it
learn.
made you who you are today and
Yeah,
so, like, resilient and all the things and able
exactly.
to tell the story to help other
Absolutely, and
people.
that's part of with the whole thing with the book.
Yes, absolutely. Your pain becomes an inspiration for others,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's what it's all about.
Exactly. You look at it and you say, this is a lesson I wish I could have known 20 years ago,
Mhm.
but it's an important lesson
Mhm.
that, like, I almost feel like you have a responsibility
Mhm.
to share it with others. And that
Mhm.
was sort of the reason also with the book, because you can't walk around saying to people, like, listen, you're enough. You can take a
Right,
raise. But
right.
I say, if one kid reads that book and says, okay, I can do this in
Mhm.
class, or I'm going to show up and feel comfortable, or I know
Mhm.
my arms aren't as long as whatever's,
Mhm.
but I can still be a beautiful dancer. If one kid feels that way, feels seen, I feel like it's done
Success.
its job. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And what's so funny about you just knowing you for 10 minutes is, like, you have the biggest energy and
Thank you.
personality,
Thank you.
and, like, there is nothing in my mind when I look at you that is small.
Thank you.
Like, I
I
cannot
appreciate that.
even no, it's true. It's like, I would never describe you as being small.
Thank you.
Like, all of your being is big and your personality your smile's big, you're bright, like,
Thank you.
so I'm so glad you overcame that
Yeah.
stupid professor that, whatever.
I know. Well, the best part is we sent her the book.
Oh,
We
yes.
sent her the book.
Oh.
And, I was like, some of my like friends that I knew from school and my professors were like, you got to write like a really like great note. And I said, no. I said, it's a really simple note. I'm so glad that I've learned so much since college. And that's it.
Oh my
Just simple. I'm so
gosh.
glad that I've learned so
I know,
much
mic
since.
drop. That,
Yeah.
like, good
Because you
job,
don't
good for
say to someone like
you.
you were a horrible human
I know. Oh,
being.
that was it. Sending her that book was enough.
It was enough. It was
Ugh,
enough. So, and now she wants in. She's like,
stop
"Oh
it.
my god, I think we could promote it here and
Stop
sell
it.
it." And I was like, "Nope, I don't even." I said, "You know what? I have a team
Absolutely.
of people that
Mhm,
believe in me, that believe in the product."
mhm.
But it's funny, then when they see something go in the right direction, it's like, "Ooh, I want to
Wanna
have a
get in
part of
on
that."
that.
No, no, no.
Oh my
No. Nope.
gosh. I
No.
love that story.
No.
It's amazing.
No. Can I just give a really nice shout out to my salsa class with a share?
Yes, go
All right. I just want to give like my instructor, my friends, everybody in there, like a huge shout out just for being an incredible community and a place of joy. You guys are the
Yes.
best.
What's it called?
What?
What's it called?
It's a Brooklyn Sunday salsa class.
Brooklyn Sunday Salsa class.
Exactly.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Thanks for making Jodi feel appreciated and that she's here today. We
We'll
love you.
We'll get Megan to come.
We love you, Brooklyn.
So tell me about a decision to move to New York City at only 16.
So I didn't actually move when I was 16. I came for the
Okay.
first time and spent a summer.
Okay.
And the idea
Alone?
was alone. No
Okay.
cell phone, $250 in my
crazy.
pocket. And I lived in the Parkside Evangeline Residence, which was a woman's residency
Oh,
in
well.
Gramercy Park.
Okay.
I had a 200 square foot little room
Oh.
with a dresser, and I shared a payphone on a floor with 30 other women.
What?
So that was like, and my
Were they all
par-
young women or just
they
women
we
of
were all people that were like exploring the arts in
Okay.
some
Okay.
way.
Well.
And one or two of them I still keep in touch with
Mhm.
now. One is she danced with Ailey for a while,
Mhm.
and now she's doing some choreography work. And one of the other ones has gone on to like direct theater. So it's kind of like neat that, a
Yes.
couple of us have stayed in touch. But there was a woman, Helen, who ran this place, and she made sure that we were all fed breakfast in the morning and that we were all ready to go in the morning before like we had our adventures. And she always wanted to
Yes.
know. So in the morning I would temp
Okay.
I temped for a real estate development company.
Okay.
Their names were the Gladstones, and I always told my friends I was temping for the Flintstones just because
It's a better story.
it was just a better story. Like the Gladstones, the Flintstones,
Yes.
and they were like, Jodi, it's the Gladstones. And I'm like, it's more fun to call them the Flintstones.
You call it
But they were amazing people. They treated us so well. They knew we were all artists. They were like, they would look at the schedule for the week and be
Cool.
like, okay, who needs off Tuesday to go audition?
Mhm.
Who needs a long lunch Thursday? They treated us amazingly well. So that was mornings. And then afternoons, I took class at Circle in the Square,
Okay.
the theater program,
Okay.
acting, drama, scene study, dialects. That was afternoons. And the goal was to do something over those 10 weeks that I was there that would allow me to come home showing that I was resilient. My
Right.
parents said, you need to show you're resilient,
Okay.
and we'd like for you to come home with your equity card because they
Oh,
knew that I could.
But that's
So
a big
it was like a big
ask.
goal, but I did it. I got it. And during those days, they did a
Wow.
lot of stuff with like industrials. Do
Okay.
you remember like it was like you would like sing and dance about a product and you could earn your equity card doing that. So I was actually the My Pal 2, which was a new supersonic robot that was selling at FAO Schwartz. It was the hottest selling toy of the season. And by demoing the My Pal 2 at toy shows, I earned my equity card.
Wow.
So
Well, there's ways for everyone.
there
out
are
there.
ways for everything.
trying to learn
Exactly.
your
And I mean,
equity
it's sort
card.
of like a backwards thing because you can only get into an audition with an equity card,
Right.
but you can only get an equity card if you've been in something.
Absolutely.
So everybody kept saying the industrial route is the way to go.
Oh, cool.
So I did that. I finished college. I came here, and then my first actual job here, I did a lot of film work, all this film stuff that everybody does when they're in New York, Spin City and the soap operas and Law and Order, and then
Like on camera or
on
like
camera,
Oh,
always on
cool.
camera, cool parts doing that, and then I really my theater sort of was solidified. I worked at Paper Mill Playhouse, which was a great spot to work.
Cool.
But again, it was like nuts, like no cell phone. They would take us out on a little bus that would meet us Midtown Manhattan. We'd go, we'd do our theater, and then the bus would come and it would like drop us on like the corner of like 52nd and, and 8th. And there was no Uber then. There
Oh
was
my
no
gosh.
Lyft then. My husband was my boyfriend at the time, and he'd be like, I'll make sure I'm there with a car just to pick you up. So I'm
Oh,
like,
well,
I knew
that's
he was
nice.
like a good guy
Yeah.
that he would meet me. So, and then, I continued to do a lot of different theater work and jobs in the city, along with juggling work and publishing.
Mhm.
It was when my son was born that I decided, no more traveling, no more touring. Like I want to be a little bit
Stay.
more,
Mhm.
Yeah. Staying. Exactly.
That's amazing. So you've lived an incredible life.
I don't know about that. A little crazy life,
No,
maybe?
no, incredible.
Lots of experiences.
Yes, lots of experiences.
Lots of
And like those,
experiences.
even like you're like, I had little jobs on Law and Order. all of that is, like, so
No,
cool.
and I continue with all of that now,
Like, you still have an
but I
agent
won't
and you go on auditions?
but I won't leave the city
You're more
anymore. Like, I'm
selective.
not, like, gonna be like, "Okay, like, we're gonna go out on tour," whatever.
Right.
My
No.
life here, my community here, my family, my
Mhm.
husband, my son, it's too important to me now.
Yes, and you
Yeah,
have enough
enough
freedom
happening.
and
Exactly.
opportunity to be able
Exactly.
to
There's enough
stay.
opportunity, film, TV, all of that here. There's enough opportunity.
Yes, that's amazing. Oh, how old is your son?
Here, I'm gonna, like, date myself now.
No,
He's
don't.
24.
He's
He's
24?
24.
Okay. It when he was 16, and maybe he did this, I don't know.
Yeah.
When he was 16, what if he said, "Mom, I wanna go to LA for the summer
I would have
alone."
thought it was crazy, but I think I would have supported it.
Okay,
He was like a hockey kid,
okay.
so he did
Okay,
travel.
what if he said, "I wanna go to Canada?"
I would have supported it,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
But he did do a lot of traveling on his own, like, with hockey,
Mhm,
and I kinda saw myself in that because I was
mhm,
like, it's a different pursuit, but it's that same, like, you gotta get
mhm.
out and, like, live it.
You're prepared
Yeah, I was prepared.
because of the
Exactly.
life
He
that
went
you've
to
led.
overnight camp for the first time. So he went to overnight camp for the first time, he was 6 and a half.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
next youngest camper was like 9, and I
Mhm.
said, "Is, like, he gonna be okay? He really wants to go."
Yeah,
He
well.
was like a first grader. I'm like, "Will he be okay?" And the director called me and is like, "I play chess with him every night before he goes to
Oh
bed
my
just to make sure he's
gosh.
alright. He's good."
Aw.
So I think there's a lot of me in him in terms
Yes.
of the, like, you go after
Well, if they
things.
wanna go, yes.
Exactly.
My kids don't wanna go.
Yeah, although I will tell you, so
Make
this,
them
like,
go or what?
no, no, no,
Oh,
don't ever
okay.
make him go, but I will say, like, this sort of is, like, contradicts everything. When it was time for preschool and you know how the kids, like, they go and they have to separate and
Mhm.
there's, like, the whole movement. Okay, mine screamed at the top of his lungs for 2 weeks that all he
Oh.
wanted was his red stroller, and I was like, "All of this
Oh.
stuff that we've done about independence," I'm like,
Yes.
"It's just not working." I cried. I was like, I failed as a mother. My mom was like, "No, you made home a loving place." So,
Yes.
you know what we had to do to get him to separate for preschool?
What?
This is, you'll either think I'm crazy. We made little pictures of mom and Blake, little,
Oh.
like the size of post-it stamps. We cut them up, and
Mhm.
every day when he left for preschool, we put one in his pocket
I
here or
know.
there,
No.
and we say, "Mommy is with you for the day."
I love it.
Yes?
Yes.
Crazy.
No.
No?
Now there's books about it and stuff. I gave my
Okay.
kids, like, worry stones,
I love that. It's
like,
the
to
same
hold
thing.
on.
It's the
Yeah,
same thing.
and bracelets.
Yeah, it's the
My
same thing,
daughter,
just
like,
as you
this is
remember that
mom is
someone
here.
cared, yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And especially now that kinda translates. I'm going through a divorce, and now I'm not with them all the time, and so we have those similar conversations. Mine are
Yeah,
5 and 7, or no, sorry, 7 and 9 now,
okay,
and, it's kinda like I'm not there,
but you're there.
but yes,
Yeah,
like,
you're always
I'm always
there.
like, "And, you have an iPad, like, text me."
Right,
Like,
exactly,
we're
exactly.
figuring it out. But no, that's not crazy at all, that's
Okay,
adorable.
alright, okay, I'm
Yeah,
glad
that's
you
like
like
you
it.
predated what they're selling now on
I know,
Amazon.
I know.
Like, you could have
Well,
made a
what was funny
killing.
is when they renovated the preschool where he went to, and I ran into one of his teachers, like, in the grocery store, and she's like, "Oh my god, when we started moving all the furniture away, we kept finding those
No.
little pictures behind everything," and I was, "Oh my god."
That's so
So
cute.
and he went to college, he did great,
Did fine.
awesome, and he is now moving out with his girlfriend this June, just July. So this is like a big
Oh,
moment.
yay.
Yeah, and I'm happy.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's
Super happy.
amazing.
My husband and I are like, "This is great."
Ah,
Next
that's
steps.
amazing. I
Yeah,
know. Then now what are y'all gonna do?
I know,
The
right?
world is your oyster.
The world is our oyster.
Yeah,
But we never really stop parenting,
true.
right? Just it changes.
True. You just don't have that, like, well,
Someone
for
might,
me, I'm in that stage where it's, like, very
yeah.
I'm doing it, like,
Yeah, you there they
I am
need you there all the time.
attached. Yeah,
Yeah, they need you there.
yeah, they need
Yeah,
me, which I love, and
yeah.
it's better than the baby, the toddler.
Right,
Toddler
because you can
phase was the
actually have a
worst. Yes,
conversation.
and they're funny.
They're funny.
I mean,
They're really
yeah.
they're funny.
Well, because if the parents are funny, the kids are
Yeah,
funny.
exactly.
Some kids aren't funny,
Some
but
kids, yeah,
my kids are funny.
yeah.
Do you think you gained courage and confidence when you became a mom?
That's a great question. I think you gain a new perspective. I think
Mhm.
that when I first became a mom, I was really concerned with just doing things right.
Right.
Like, I gotta do it right.
Mhm.
And then I think I realized that there's no real right and wrong.
Mhm.
You just gotta kind of experiment as you go,
Right.
and I think what I gained is comfort in an uncharted territory.
Yes. I love that answer.
Like, there's no rule book for it, there's
Mhm.
no map.
Mhm.
Like, every kid does things differently and the milestones differently, and
Yep.
New York can be a really uptight place to raise kids. It's
Mhm.
like, "Did you register them for preschool?" It's like
Right.
at a year and a half. It's like, "Did they learn to swim when they're, like, 2 and a
Right.
half?" And it's like, we kinda took, like, a little bit of a step back in
Mhm.
terms of the just like a, "Let him figure it out,"
Mhm.
And, like, the hockey came early on because I grew up in Buffalo, and I enjoying the winters was something that felt important to me, that
Mhm.
we were gonna be spending time with my Buffalo family, so, like, sledding, skiing, skating,
Yep.
and he just really took to skating like he
Cool.
loved it. So even that didn't come out of a, "We're gonna enroll you in hockey." It was more
Right.
like a, "He loves to skate. We should go with
This is
this."
naturally
Yeah,
what he's gonna do.
exactly.
Yeah. Texas is crazy too with kids' sports and things like that. Like, if you don't start them
Yeah,
at their sport younger, they're way I mean, there are six-year-olds getting private lessons every the cheerleading luckily, my daughter does not cheer, but there's a competitive cheerleading world in Texas that is insane, and these are babies, like 4, 5-year-olds taking private lessons every day. They're like the cost of like, the monthly cost is probably $500 a month with the costumes, and they go on like, basically, they go on tours, and
yeah,
'cause I'm just a theater person, that's what I say, but I think they just go to, like, different championships, and it's crazy, but if you don't start that young,
you're behind.
you're way
Yep,
behind. Same with baseball,
mhm,
is the same,
yeah.
and, I don't know, it's just crazy.
I remember people used to ask us when Blake was, like, 4, they'd say, "What's his sport?"
Right.
And I'm like, "What's his sport?" I'm like, "He's trying lacrosse." I'm
Right.
like, "He's trying baseball, he's trying hockey." Like, he didn't just go to, like, being, like, a one-sport kid
Mhm.
until a little bit later on, but I was like, "Why does a kid need to specialize at
I
that age?"
know, but
They
now it's like,
do.
gosh, you
They do.
do,
Yeah,
and it's
they do.
sad,
It is.
but,
And sometimes it's so much more about the parents than it
yeah.
is about the
Yeah.
kids. Like, I
It
love
really
when
is.
parents say, "We won the championship," and I'm like, "No, you didn't
I
win it.
know.
Your kids did."
I'm so the thing of something about me is I am not I do not have a competitive bone in my body, which is good and bad. But for the kids' sports thing, it's good, I
It
think,
is good.
because I just like my
You
kids can
enjoy
be
it.
out there just doing
Having fun.
whatever,
Yep,
and I'm just like every game is the best game,
that's right.
you know?
And because it's also spending time with them.
Yes. They're
Like,
like, "Mom, how'd I do?" And they could have not, done nothing, and I'm like, "That was amazing." Like,
mhm,
you're
yeah,
because that's what it's about,
absolutely.
you
You you
know?
know, I we were, hockey parents for a lot of years, going all over the country. We went to Canada, we went, and I said so many of the memories are the
Mhm.
people that we were
Mhm.
with.
Yes.
I said to my son, "You're not gonna remember the score of some of the games,
Mhm.
but you're gonna remember the people that you were with."
Yeah, and the people and the snacks and,
Yeah.
like, the
Yep.
the
The
after
car
parties.
rides. Yeah.
Yeah, and the cars
Yeah.
together and the
Getting in trouble playing knee hockey in the hotel.
yeah, and even, like, some of the stressful moments, like,
Yeah.
"Where's your pants?" Or,
That's
like,
right.
"Where's your"
Yep, yep, where
whatever.
you
The
forget
the
something.
whole thing is like it's a very common, like, mom
Yeah,
experience,
yeah,
and it's good and bad, but
it's
mostly
it's
good.
both, exactly.
Mostly good. How do you think that we can protect our kids from losing confidence in like a world we live in today?
Oh, that's a hard question
I
because we can
know.
only control so much at home.
Yes.
Like, lifting up our kids at home and making them feel good about who they are, but also, letting them know, when they do, like, miss the mark. Like
Mhm.
I always said, like, you know, I hate this whole thing when parents reward for, like, good grades or those
Mhm.
kinds of
Mhm.
things, but I think it's, important to let kids know when they excel, but also when it's like, "You know what? You weren't so polite to whatever,"
Right.
or when we meet someone, or when when someone's walking through the door, hold the door, like, teaching those
Yes.
things. But I think it's also recognizing if an environment feels, I wanna use the word toxic, but it's not a great word, but, like, I guess I wish that I had the intel earlier on, like the lesson that it taught me about being in a salsa class where there was joy and
Mhm.
where we celebrated each other. I look back and I was like, there were probably experiences that my kid was involved in early that maybe weren't the best
Mhm.
in terms of that. And while we learn from the negative experiences, maybe it's important as parents to sometimes stand up to it
Yep.
when it doesn't feel fair or healthy.
Right.
As adults, like, we have a responsibility. Like I said, adults, I don't know about if you find it, but sometimes women are as horrible to each other
Absolutely.
as kids are to each other. And I
Absolutely.
said, like, kids aren't born unkind.
Mhm.
They learn unkind at the
Mhm.
dinner table. Kids see kindness and then they model kindness.
Mhm. What is your son, so he's a hockey guy, but what did he think of the arts?
Oh, he's grown up deep into both.
Okay.
So, sports are his passion, I would
Right.
say, and he loves hockey in particular. But, we always spent a lot of time,
It's his appreciation
going
of
to the theater.
mhm.
Exactly. And, even now he always jokes around, he's like, once a month, he goes, you and I always have like our theater date. And I
Oh,
was like, that's right.
cute.
And we just do it. Like we grab dinner and it's kind of like understood. We look at the month,
That's
we pick one thing
cute.
and we have our outing and we discuss it. And
Did
it's
he ever
nice.
get on stage?
So not so much in theater, but he always did talent show when he was in
Okay.
elementary and middle school,
Yep.
and he would do like the lip sync competitions. He would do
Yes.
Macklemore and Lewis, and
Yes.
it
Yes.
did it, but he would always do it, in a sports jersey with a baseball hat backwards and the
Yeah.
thing. But he had fun with it.
Yeah, like, very cool guy.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
That's
in his own
awesome.
way.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're gonna get into Marta and the Magic Shoes.
Me and Marta and the Magic
Me and
Shoes,
Marta and the
yay!
Magic Shoes,
Thank you.
yes, your new book,
My new
or
book.
is it when did it come out?
So it came out April 29th. A
Okay.
weird date, but that's International Dance Day. So it
Oh,
kind of felt
cool.
like the right.
No, that's a perfect
Thank
date.
you.
Perfect date. Okay. We already talked about how it's based on a real life experience of
Yes.
yours about being told you're too small for dance. And tell me the story of the book.
So we sort of consolidate the story
Mhm.
as an adult, but it sort of tells the journey from the perspective that I had as a child, too small for dance, and then finding the idea of kindness and community
Mhm.
and the Brooklyn Sunday Salsa dance class, and an amazing teacher, Alma, who was very supportive of how everybody moves differently. We
Yes.
should celebrate joy. We should celebrate one another.
Mhm.
Um, that dance, brings people together. And then my friend Marta, who in the classroom always had these fabulous sparkly
Oh
shoes.
my gosh.
And at the beginning, when I was, struggling a little bit to get the steps, I would always joke with her and
Mhm.
say, you can do it because you have fabulous shoes. You have magic
Yes.
shoes. So it kind of put it all together that,
Yes.
okay, I couldn't do it. Now I've got an amazing supportive teacher and a friend who's got magic sparkly shoes who's so kind. There's a story here, there's a way to tell the story. We did take liberties. In the book, the little girl loses the shoes.
Uh-huh.
In real life, Marta lost her shoes.
Oh,
So we kind of had to,
well, there's
we
still
we
truth to
exactly.
it.
We bent it. I would say it's
Yes.
based on truth, inspired by truth.
Yes.
As someone who's worked with kids on writing and in publishing, as someone who loves the arts, as someone who appreciates dance, who loves community, it feels like the book kind of puts all of those tenets together
Mhm.
into a project that I'm really proud of. It's selling incredibly well. I don't want to turn this
Yes.
into a sales pitch because
Yes,
that's
no,
not who I am.
please, no, that's
It's
what this
selling.
is
It's
for.
selling really,
Where
really
can we buy
well.
it?
It's available at Barnes and Noble, um, McNally Jackson, Target, Walmart. Um,
Wow.
we
Those are huge
Thank you. It's
outlets.
gotten great
Congratulations.
support from the Broadway and the dance community. I'm so grateful to all of
Is it on
them.
Amazon?
It's on
Okay.
Amazon. They used it actually as the celebrity presenter giveaway at the Cheetah Rivera Awards, which celebrate dance on film and on stage. So that was really like
Wow.
a nice moment.
Yes.
And now we're talking to people about licensing as a possible children's theater production,
Mhm.
as possibly cartoon.
Yep.
There's a lot of ways it can go, and we just want to make sure we're going the right direction.
Mhm.
And I'm a big fan of libraries. Like this is
Mhm.
where like the book nerd in me kind of comes out, the
Yes.
theater nerd. We just found out that the library system in Los Angeles has taken the book, which feels really great.
Yay.
And Reading is Fundamental is interested in doing
It's huge.
some work with us. So it's good. I feel like it's encouraging kids to read. Kids are liking the book. We're getting nice feedback, and the sales are good. So yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Partnering with some underserved schools to
Mhm.
make sure
Oh,
that those
yes.
those
To
kids
get a chance to
have
read
a
it.
book
Mhm.
that they I mean, it's amazing when a child says, "Can I keep this?"
Right,
When you give them a book and they've never brought a book home. It
right.
really makes you realize, like, how special
Mhm,
a book is, which was also why we wanted it to be available in paperback and in hardcover because it allows for the giveaway, it
mhm,
allows for it to be available in multiple price
mhm.
points.
I mean, at Walmart and Target, like,
Yeah,
that's
and we're
huge.
international too, 14 international markets.
That's
We actually
huge.
did our first shipment a couple weeks ago to Australia, and we had a salsa instructor over there, a salsero. I'm being taught that that's what they're called.
Okay,
I hope I'm
salsero.
saying that right, salsero?
Yep,
People that
sure.
if I'm not saying it right, please excuse me.
They it's
Who helped us get, a very large order set for people in the dance community in Australia. So that was pretty fun to be able to send it overseas.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, and
that's
it's funny that people see it different ways, which I never really realized.
mhm.
Like, I'll have a special ed teacher reach out to me and say, listen, we really want them for our program because the colors are really bold for
Oh,
children with special needs. And
okay.
I'm like, okay, when I wrote that book, and we did the illustrations. My dad did the illustrations. I never
That is
thought of
so
it like that
special.
that would appeal. Or like one of the choreographers of Jellicle Ball reached out and said, this is totally a pride book because it's a celebration of people and who they are. So
Okay.
everybody sees it differently,
Mhm, that's
and I
amazing.
love that as long as
Yes.
they can see themselves
Right.
or
Oh,
see something that's important to them.
yes. I love that so much. Do you plan to write more
I
books?
do.
Okay.
Um, and I'd like to continue with
The
the
series on
Marta.
it, okay.
My fitness and salsa instructor had a brilliant idea. She
Mhm.
said, maybe the little girl learns and maybe eventually she becomes like an instructor. Now,
Yes?
my dad is really funny because my dad is in his 80s and my dad said, "Well, that little girl better learn quickly if we're going to be doing doing this.
We're gonna make it to book
We're
2.
going to." So, I'm thinking that it's going to be adventures that they do together.
Mhm.
Maybe the little girl learning more,
Yes.
being able to be confident, being able to pass down the torch or pass down the skills to others.
Mhm.
I liked that idea.
Yep.
I liked the idea of working toward. I thought it was a really on point and it felt really nice that someone who does teach and teaches so well
Mhm.
to bring up that maybe the little girl could learn
Yeah,
and inspire. So
continues
that
to
felt that feels like the right way to go. It
yes.
takes time. I mean, this one start to finish took about 20 months.
Okay.
So it takes time and I really want to make sure that this gets out there and
Yeah,
does
you wanna give
everything
it
it's
its
able to
time.
do
Yeah.
and its life. I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming up in fall, school visits and back to school stuff.
Cool.
And
Do you go anywhere to read it too?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Schools,
To schools. Mhm.
libraries.
Let's see. Why do you think the arts are so important to incorporate into a child's life?
Wow. I think the arts teach us so many important lessons. I think beyond the obvious of, rhythm and movement and
Mhm.
story, I think they teach us to see diversity. I
Yep.
think they teach us to see a whole new set of values. I
Yes.
think they teach us to challenge our beliefs.
Mhm.
It's like they take us on journeys that maybe we can't go to
Mm,
places
it's
that we
true.
wouldn't be able to go
Mm,
to.
as books do, yes.
Yeah, and I think also, the ability to be able to sit in a place with other people, whether it's an hour or an hour and a half, it's
Mhm.
like a skill to be learned just to be able to focus.
Mhm.
And I've said this to my son many times, even if we go and you don't like it, you learn something through not liking it
Sure.
because it's why didn't you like it? And it
True.
helps to develop a sense of taste.
Mhm. Yeah, it gets you thinking.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
love that. What do books give us that other forms of media do not?
Oh, wow. We have the ability to, if it's a piece of text that doesn't have illustrations, it allows us to create the art in our own mind.
Right.
And if it's a piece of literature, like a children's book that is fully illustrated, it allows us to create the voice and the character.
True.
So I like that.
Ooh, I wasn't even thinking that deep into it
Yeah.
when I wrote that question. I love that.
Okay, go ahead.
I love that. I thought we were just going to go with the whole, because, with just kids these days.
Yeah,
just watching.
I often say to people, like, this is like a crazy question I ask people, but it's sort of related to this. Like when someone will say, I had a great dream last night, I'll say, do you see your dream or hear your dream?
Interesting. I think I do both.
I do both. Do you dream in color?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
But
too.
I'm almost like I'm almost like, what is it called? Like a lucid
Yeah.
dreamer. Like
Yeah.
I can dream, and I know when I'm about to fall asleep
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah.
Like I can tell that middle. I think
I'm not a good
I think I'm a
sleeper.
psychic. Are you ready for the
Alright.
Mommy Artist Hot Seat
Oh my God.
segment? Forget your kids' skates or forget your own pants.
Oh, definitely my pants.
If your book was turned into a movie, would you choose Disney or Pixar?
Pixar.
Love it. Who would play you in a movie about yourself?
Who would play me in a movie about myself? Oh my God, Sally Field.
Perfect. Bills win the Super Bowl, or your book becomes a #1 New York Times bestseller.
My family's not going to love this, but my book.
She's a Bills fan, y'all. Okay, what's your most irrational fear?
Getting stuck in an elevator.
Oh. Who is more dramatic, a theater kid or a hockey player?
Definitely a theater kid. Those hockey kids are so chill.
No, they like beat each other up.
I know, but they're chill about
Like
it.
in
It's
life.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hardcover or paperback?
Paperback's easier to pack.
Singing or acting?
Singing always.
Brooklyn or Buffalo?
Brooklyn.
What is one thing you wish someone had told little Jodi growing up?
You are enough.
I love that. The game is we're going to tell a story, one word each.
Oh, I love this. It's like Mad
This
Libs.
is like a theater game.
Okay.
Once
Upon
a
time
there
was
a
girl
who
lived
in
Brooklyn.
her
Hair
was
blonde.
and
Her
face
was
beautiful.
her
Imagination
took
her
many.
places.
She
Loved
Paris.
so
She
thought
about
Paris
all
the
time.
perfect. One
Day
she
saved
enough
money
to
go
to
Paris.
where
She
lived
for
ever.
and
Then
she
wrote
a
book
about
her
life
in
Paris.
Whoa, that was good.
I was like, oh my God.
No, we did so good. Thank you so much for being on the show. You're such a delight. You're such a pleasure. I'm so honored to meet you and to have you as a new friend.
I loved this so much. You are amazing.
Yay! Okay, you guys, this was the Mommy Artist podcast. Remember that you can't have butterfly conversations with caterpillar people and that everyone out there is trying their best. Love you. Bye.
All right, besties, my glass is empty, but my cup is full, and that means it's the end of the episode. Remember that you can't have butterfly conversations with caterpillar people and that everyone out there is trying their best. Love you. Bye. You can find the Mommy Artist podcast on YouTube to watch the full video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and come back next week for more iconic chaos and creative magic. But no worries if not.